The photograph trembles in my hands. I've killed men for less than a glance. Built an empire
It's okay,
on
Zara, I'm
silence
here.
and fear.
Why did it have to
They
be
call
like
me
this?
Kang Yujin.
Mommy, I'm
The
scared.
name
I can't lose
whispered in
them.
soul's shadows like a prayer for mercy that never comes. 34 years breathing, 12 years ruling, and not once, not fucking once, has my hand shaken like this. But there she is. 6 years old. Skin like warm midnight. Eyes that mirror mine with such precision it stops my heart. That specific almond shape. The left one slightly narrower than the right, the way the upper lid folds. My eyes. My grandmother's eyes. The Kang family curse of seeing too much, feeling too little. Except I'm feeling everything right now. Sir. Miho stands in the doorway of my office, 30 floors above Seoul's glittering sprawl. He's been my right hand for 8 years, seen me break bones and treaties with the same cold efficiency. He's never seen me cry. I'm not crying. My eyes are just wet. Where did you get this? My voice comes out razored, dangerous. Anonymous delivery. Arrived 20 minutes ago with coordinates to a location in Itaewon. No demands. No threats. Just the photo and an address. He pauses. And a name. Zara. Zara. The room tilts. 7 years collapse into 7 seconds, and I'm 27 again, standing in that Busan art gallery where I'd gone to launder money through paintings I'd never look at. Where I saw her, Amara Okoye, standing before a canvas of fractured light, her hair a crown of coils, her presence so magnetic I forgot I was supposed to be untouchable. 3 months. We had 3 months before my father found out. Before he reminded me that Kang heirs don't dilute the bloodline. Before he gave me a choice that wasn't a choice, the family or her. I chose wrong. I chose survival. I told myself she was a distraction, a beautiful anomaly in my carefully ordered life. I disappeared without explanation, blocked every number, burned every bridge. Became the Ice King my father wanted. Never let myself wonder what if. Never let myself feel. Until now. Sir, there's more. Miho's voice cuts through the memory. We ran facial recognition on the child. 98% match to your genetic markers. The remaining 2%. He trails off, but I hear what he doesn't say. The remaining 2% is her. Is Amara. Someone once told me these stories would never matter, that no one would listen. If you're here right now, help me prove them wrong. Subscribe, because stories like this deserve a voice. I stand, and the city below suddenly feels too small to contain what I'm about to do. Clear my schedule. All of it. I want a full security team assembled in 10 minutes. Discreet. No family involvement. Your father will know nothing. The words come out as the threat they are. This is mine. The drive to Itaewon takes 20 minutes through Seoul's evening traffic. I've made men wait hours for meetings. I've cultivated patience like a weapon. But right now, every red light feels like an execution. The address leads to a modest apartment building, the kind I'd never notice, never think twice about. 4th floor, Unit 402. The numbers glow in the hallway's fluorescent light like a judgment. I told Miho to wait downstairs with the team. Whatever happens behind that door needs to happen without witnesses. I knock. Silence. Then footsteps light quick. The door opens 6 inches, chains still fastened, and there she is. 7 years haven't diminished her. If anything, Amara Okoye has become more certain, more solid, more absolutely herself. Her hair is shorter now, framing a face that still stops my breath. But her eyes, those dark eyes that once looked at me like I was worth saving, now look at me like I'm a ghost she's been trying to forget. No, she breathes. Amara. No, you don't get to show up here. You don't get to. She tries to close the door, but I'm faster, my hand bracing against the wood. I saw the photograph. Her entire body goes rigid. Fear flashes across her features, but underneath it, I see something else. Resignation. Like she's been expecting this. Dreading it. I don't know what you're talking about. Zara. I say the name gently and watch Amara flinch like I've struck her. Someone sent me a photograph of a little girl with my eyes. Your mouth. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm seeing things and I'll disappear again. I'll leave you alone. Please don't let me be wrong. She stares at me for a long moment, and I watch the calculations run behind her eyes, the same intelligence that first drew me in, now turned toward protecting something I'm only beginning to understand. You left, she finally says. You don't get to come back. I know. You disappeared like I was nothing. I know. You broke me. I know. The admission costs me. I know, and I have no excuse except cowardice. I have no defense except that I was afraid of my father, afraid of what loving you meant, afraid of being human instead of the monster they raised. But Amara, please, my voice cracks. Is she mine? Behind her, deeper in the apartment, I hear it. A child's laugh. High and clear and absolutely devastating. Amara's eyes close. When they open again, they're wet. If I say yes, what then? You take her? You bring her into your world of blood and violence? You make her a target for every enemy you've made. Her voice rises. You think I sent that photograph? You think I want you here? Then who? A phone rings inside the apartment. Amara's phone. She glances back, indecision warring on her face, then makes her choice. She unchains the door, pulls it open enough for me to enter, and I step into a life I didn't know existed. The apartment is small but warm, art on the walls, books stacked everywhere, a child's drawings held to the refrigerator with magnets. It's so far from my glass and steel penthouse it might as well be another planet. Amara grabs her phone from the kitchen counter. Answers. Hello. I watch her face strain of color. What do you want? She whispers into the receiver. I'm beside her in 2 strides. Speaker, I mouth. She hesitates, then complies. Touching, really, this reunion. The voice is male, Korean, electronically distorted. Did you like my gift, Kang Yujin? Did seeing your bastard's face make you feel something? My blood goes to ice. Who is this? Someone who's been waiting a long time for you to have something worth taking. Your father built his empire on ashes. Time for you to burn too. The line goes dead. For 3 heartbeats, neither of us moves. Then, Mommy? I turn. She's standing in the hallway that must lead to bedrooms, this little girl with my eyes and Amara's beautiful skin and a purple unicorn pajama set. Her hair is pulled back in 2 puffs, and she's holding a stuffed rabbit that's seen better days. She looks at me with innocent curiosity. Who's that? I can't breathe. Can't think. Can't do anything but stare at this perfect, impossible person who shouldn't exist, but does. Amara moves between us instinctively, protective. Zara, baby, go back to your room for a minute, okay? But I heard the phone and... Now, Zara. Something in Amara's tone penetrates. Zara's eyes go wide, and she backs away slowly, still clutching her rabbit, still staring at me like she's trying to solve a puzzle. When she's gone, Amara turns on me. You need to leave. Right now. Whoever just called knows where we are, and if they know, others will know, and I won't. I won't let her become collateral damage in whatever war you're fighting. You think leaving will keep her safe? I step closer. Amara, that call wasn't a threat. It was an announcement. Someone just painted a target on both of you, and running won't erase it. Then what? You come with me. Both of you. My penthouse is a fortress. My security is impenetrable. I can protect you. Like you protected me 7 years ago? The words are acid. You want me to trust you with our daughter's life when you couldn't even trust me with the truth? Our daughter. She said it. Admitted it. And something in my chest that's been frozen since I walked away from her starts to crack. I was wrong. The words taste like blood and honesty. I was wrong about everything. I thought I was protecting you by leaving, thought I was being strong by choosing duty over love. I thought I could just forget you. Forget what we had. I was wrong. Being wrong doesn't fix this. No, I agree. But keeping you alive might. Let me try. I stop, because I don't know how to finish that sentence. Let me be a father? Let me earn forgiveness? Let me rewrite 7 years of mistakes in one night? Amara's phone rings again. This time, it's a text message. She looks at it, and her face goes from pale to gray. What? I demand. Wordlessly, she turns the phone toward me. It's a photograph. Taken from across the street, looking up at this apartment building. In the window of Unit 402, backlit by the kitchen light, 2 figures are clearly visible. Us. Below the image, a caption, "Sweet reunion." Would be a shame if something interrupted it. You have 30 minutes to evacuate before I send the Jade Serpents your address. I wonder if they remember what you did to their boss's brother, Yujin. The Jade Serpents. A rival syndicate I'd crushed 6 months ago, whose remaining members would kill my entire bloodline for revenge if they knew where to find leverage. And now they do. I grab Amara's hand. Pack a bag. 1 minute. Only essentials. I'm not. 29 minutes. I cut her off. You can hate me later. You can make me pay for every mistake later. But right now, those men will come through that door, and they don't know the meaning of mercy. So pack a bag. We've got a problem, he says without preamble. Just one. Someone inside your organization sent that photo. Had to be. The level of detail, the timing, it's not a rival syndicate playing games. It's someone who knows your schedule, your routines, your weaknesses. He pauses. Someone close. The implications settle like ice in my gut. My father. He'd have more direct methods. This feels personal. Intimate. Miho pulls up something on his tablet. I've been running through communications, money transfers, anything that might flag. Found this. 3 days ago, a wire transfer from one of our shell accounts to an encrypted wallet. $50,000. 2 days ago, another transfer. 100,000. Yesterday, the photo was sent. Who authorized the transfers? That's the thing, they were authorized with your credentials. Your biometrics. Your codes. Someone's been inside my systems. Inside my life. Close enough to steal my digital fingerprint and use it to fund their revenge. Pull the security footage from my office for the last month. Cross-reference everyone who had physical access to my computers, my phone, anything that could have been compromised. I'm already running through the list mentally. My inner circle is small by design, but small doesn't mean clean. Already started. But Yujin, if someone's been planning this that long, they've covered their tracks. We might not find them before they make another move. Then we make our own move first. I turn toward the living room's floor-to-ceiling windows, looking out at Seoul's glittering expanse. Somewhere out there, someone is celebrating what they think is my downfall. I want to meet with the Jade Serpents. Tomorrow. Neutral ground. I'm going to end this before it starts. They'll kill you on sight. Maybe. Or maybe they'll want to hear what I have to say first. I glance back at the bedroom door where Amara and Zara are hidden. I'm not the same man I was 6 months ago. I have new motivations. Miho follows my gaze and understanding dawns on his face. You're going to tell them about the child. No. I'm going to give them something better. The person who's been playing us both. Amara emerges an hour later, closing Zara's door with careful silence. She finds me in the kitchen, making tea I don't want just to have something to do with my hands. She's asleep, Amara says. Doesn't come closer. Keeps the marble island between us like a barrier. She thinks this is a sleepover at a fancy hotel. You're good at protecting her. I've had practice. The barb lands exactly where she meant it to. I deserve that. deserve worse. I know you didn't send that photo. I know you didn't want me to find out about her. No, I didn't. She crosses her arms. Because I knew exactly what would happen. You'd sweep in like a tsunami, upend our entire lives, and we'd become pieces on whatever chessboard you're currently playing. My daughter, our daughter, doesn't deserve to be a pawn in your world. She's shaking now, rage or fear or exhaustion. You want to know what the last 7 years have been like? I'll tell you. I spent the first 3 months waiting for you to come back. Calling numbers that were disconnected. Going to places we'd been together, hoping you'd show up and explain. I was pregnant and alone in a foreign country, and I waited. The words are knives, each one precisely placed. Then I spent the next 3 months hating you. Hating myself for being stupid enough to fall for someone who could discard me that easily. I almost didn't keep her. Almost went through with her voice breaks. But I couldn't. Because even hating you, even knowing what you'd done, I couldn't erase the part of you that was growing inside me. I can't look at her. Can't breathe. So I had her. And she was perfect. And terrifying. And I realized I had to be enough for both of us, mother and father, strength and softness, everything she'd need to survive in a world that wouldn't understand her. Half Korean, half Nigerian, born from a love affair that ended in abandonment. Do you know how many times people have asked me where her father is? Do you know what it's like to lie to your child about why she doesn't have what other kids have? Amara. I'm not done. Steel in her voice now. I built a life. I teach art at an international school. I have friends. I have routines. Zara has playdates and birthday parties and a childhood that doesn't include armed guards and bulletproof cars. And now you're back and all of that is gone. Because of you. Because someone wants to hurt you, and we're just convenient targets. The silence that follows is crushing. You're right, I finally say. About all of it. I'm the reason you're in danger. I'm the reason Zara exists without ever knowing her father. I'm the reason your life just imploded. I set down the tea I haven't touched. But I'm also the reason you're both still alive. Whoever sent that photo didn't do it out of kindness. They did it to watch me suffer. And when they realized I actually cared, they changed tactics. They'll keep coming. Not because of what I did 6 months ago or 6 years ago, but because they've finally found the thing that can break me. So what are you saying? I'm saying you can hate me. You should hate me. But let me keep you safe while you do it. I meet her eyes. And when this is over, when whoever's orchestrating this is eliminated, you can take Zara and disappear. New city, new country, new names. I'll fund it all. I'll make sure you're untouchable. I'll never contact you again. Something flickers across her face, surprise, maybe, or suspicion. You do that? Just let us go. I gave up the right to keep you 7 years ago. The admission costs me everything. But I won't give up the right to make sure you survive. She studies me for a long moment, and I can see her recalculating, reassessing. Who are you now, Yujin? Because you're not the man I knew. I'm worse, I admit. Colder. More ruthless. I've done things that would horrify you. Become exactly what my father wanted, the perfect heir to an empire built on fear. I pause. But seeing that photograph, seeing her, it broke something open. Or maybe it reminded me that I'm still human under all this ice. Don't. Amara's voice is sharp. Don't use our daughter as your redemption arc. She's not here to save you from yourself. I know. And don't expect me to forgive you just because you're suddenly feeling paternal. I don't. Good. She turns toward the hallway, then stops. That thing you said about finding whoever's behind this, how? I'm going to make a deal with the devil. Several devils, actually. And I'm going to see which one blinks first. Where are you watching this from? I'd love to know how far these words are traveling. Drop your city or country in the comments. And if you're still here, if this story has grabbed hold of you, hit that subscribe button. Let me know you're invested. Let me know you want to see where this goes. The next morning, Zara wakes up and discovers the penthouse like it's a palace. She runs from room to room, exclaiming over the view, the marble, the bathtub that's bigger than her bedroom back home. Amara watches her with weary affection, and I watch both of them like I'm trying to memorize something I'll lose. Can I have pancakes? Zara asks, appearing in the kitchen doorway. She's still in her unicorn pajamas, still clutching that rabbit. I start, then stop. Yes, I'll make you pancakes. Amara raises an eyebrow. You cook? No. I pull out my phone, text my chef. But I know someone who does. 20 minutes later, Chef Kim arrives with supplies and takes over the kitchen while Zara supervises, asking 1,000 questions about every ingredient. She's fearless in the way children are, not yet learned that strangers can be dangerous. You're tall, she observes, looking up at me. Are you a basketball player? No. Are you rich? Yes. Are you a prince? I almost smile. Something like that. Do you know my mom from before? The question lands like a grenade. Amara tenses across the kitchen. I choose my words carefully. I did. A long time ago. Were you friends? We were close. Like best friends. Like people who cared about each other very much. Zara processes this with the seriousness of a judge. Did you make her sad? Amara intervenes. Zara, that's enough questions. Let the man breathe. It's okay. I crouch down again, meeting Zara's eyes, my eyes. Yes, I made her very sad. I made a mistake, and I hurt someone I cared about, and I'm still trying to figure out how to fix it. You should say sorry, Zara advises. And mean it. That's what mommy makes me do when I hurt someone's feelings. Your mommy is very wise. I know. She grins, and it transforms her face into something so bright it physically hurts to look at. She's the best mommy in the whole world. I believe you. Chef Kim announces pancakes are ready, and Zara scrambles to the table. We eat in odd domesticity. This little girl chattering about her school and her friends, Amara interjecting occasionally, me sitting there like a stranger at my own table, watching a life I should have been part of. Then my phone buzzes. Miho, they agreed to meet. Noon. Warehouse in Yongsan. They want guarantees you're coming alone. I text back, done. But I want guarantees they're interested in talking before shooting. They said they'll hear you out. For 5 minutes. 5 minutes to convince the people I destroyed that we have a common enemy. 5 minutes to negotiate my daughter's safety with men who want me dead. I'll take it. I have to go out, I announce. Amara's head snaps up. Business meeting. I'll have full security on the building. Miho will be here personally. You'll be safe. Where are you going? To end this. Understanding and fear wore on her face. Yujin. If I don't come back, Miho has instructions. Witness protection, new identities, enough money to last 3 lifetimes. You'll disappear. You'll be safe. That's not comforting. It's the best I can offer. Zara looks between us, sensing the tension. Are you coming back? I look at this child I've known for less than 24 hours and realize I'd burn the entire city down to keep that promise. Yes. Promise? Promise. She holds out her pinky finger. Pinky promise. That's the most serious kind. I link my finger with hers, and something inside my chest shatters and rebuilds simultaneously. Pinky promise. The warehouse smells like rust and old violence. I arrive exactly at noon, alone as promised, though I know Miho has snipers positioned on 3 surrounding buildings. Insurance, not betrayal. The Jade Serpents send 4 representatives. I recognize 2 from before, young Taewon, who lost a brother to my cleanup operation, and Park Seonho, who lost an eye. They look at me like they're already measuring me for a grave. 5 minutes, Taewon says. Talk. Someone's playing us both, I begin. Someone sent anonymous intel that led me to discover I have a child. Then they tipped you off to my location, hoping you'd finish what I started 6 months ago. They want us to kill each other. Why should we care? Seonho growls. You destroyed our organization. You killed our people. Give us one reason not to put a bullet in your head right now. Because whoever's orchestrating this didn't do it for revenge, they did it for profit. And once I'm dead and you're blamed for it, they'll move into the power vacuum and take everything. Your territory. My territory. They're using your grief as a weapon. Proof. To-One demands. I pull out the information Miho compiled, wire transfers, communications, the digital trail that leads to someone inside my organization funding chaos. This person has been embezzling from me for months. Building a war chest. And they're smart enough to know that an open confrontation would cost too much. Better to let old enemies do the work. They examine the documents. I watch calculations run behind their eyes, anger versus pragmatism, revenge versus survival. Even if this is true, Seonho finally says, it doesn't erase what you did. No, I agree. It doesn't. You want compensation? Name it. You want territory? Take it. You want blood? I'll give you someone better than me. I'll give you the person who's been treating us both like pawns. And if we want you dead anyway, then my daughter grows up without a father. Again. The words are raw honest. And you'll have your revenge. But you won't have justice. And you won't stop whoever's coming next. Silence fills the warehouse. To-One speaks first. This child. Where is she? Safe. The mother. Safe. And you care about them? This isn't a manipulation. I meet his eyes. 6 months ago, I cared about nothing except power. Today, I care about keeping 2 people alive more than I care about breathing. Make of that what you will. They confer in low voices. I wait, aware that every second could be my last, that trusting them is insanity. Finally, To-One turns back. We'll work with you. Temporarily. Until we find who's responsible. Then we renegotiate our arrangement. Agreed. But Kang Yujin? He steps closer. If you're lying, if this is a trick, I will kill everyone you love before I kill you. Understood. Understood. We shake hands like civilized men planning civilized things, both of us knowing that civilization is just a thin veneer over violence. As I leave the warehouse, Miho falls into step beside me. That went better than expected. Or worse, I counter. Now I've got enemies watching my back while I hunt for the snake in my own house. Any suspects? I think about the people close enough to access my systems, my codes, my life. The list is terrifyingly short. 3, maybe 4. We'll start with the most ambitious and work our way down. My phone buzzes. Amara, Zara's asking when you'll be home. I told her soon. Don't make me a liar. I text back, on my way. Tell her to save me a pancake. They're all gone. She has your appetite apparently. Then tell her I'll bring dessert. I can almost see Amara's expression through the text, exasperation and something softer that she's not ready to name. We drive back through Seoul's afternoon traffic, and I realize that for the first time in my adult life, I'm racing toward something instead of away from it. That someone is waiting for me. That home means more than just a place to sleep. But the feeling doesn't last long. Because when we pull up to the building, there are police cars outside. Ambulances. Crime scene tape. And Miho's phone is already ringing with the news that will change everything. Again. The building's lobby is chaos, residents evacuated, police establishing perimeters, someone crying hysterically about gunshots. My heart stops functioning as I push through the crowd, Miho right behind me, both of us running toward an elevator that's been shut down. Stairs, I bark, and we take them 3 at a time, 30 floors of spiraling panic until we burst through the door to my level and I see nothing. No bodies. No blood. The hallway to my penthouse is pristine, quiet, empty except for two of my own security team standing guard outside the door. "Sir," one says, stepping forward. "They're inside. They're safe." The relief nearly drops me to my knees. What happened? Attempted breach on the 20th floor. Someone tried to override the elevator security, got as far as the executive level before we intercepted. 3 suspects, all in custody. Ms. Okoye and the child never left the penthouse. They don't even know. I'm inside before he finishes talking. Amara is on the couch with Zara, reading from a tablet, both of them curled together like they're alone in the world. Zara sees me first. "You came back. Did you bring dessert?" I hold up the bag I somehow remembered to grab during the chaos. Chocolate cake from the best bakery in Seoul. "Yes." She launches herself at me, and instinct makes me catch her, swing her up, this tiny person who weighs nothing and everything simultaneously. Amara watches us with complicated eyes. "Everything okay?" she asks, but there's knowing in her voice. She's too smart not to sense the wrongness. "Everything's fine," I lie. "Just some building security issues. All handled." Zara wiggles down, grabs the cake bag, and runs toward the kitchen. The moment she's out of earshot, Amara stands. "Don't do that. Don't lie to protect me." "What happened?" "Someone tried to get to you. They failed." The color drains from her face. "How close did they get?" "Not close enough." I move to the window, looking out at the city that suddenly feels full of enemies. But close enough to know that staying here isn't safe anymore. "So what? We run. We hide? For how long, Yujin?" "Until I find who sent them." "And if you can't?" "I will." "How can you be so sure?" I turn to face her. "Because the alternative is losing both of you. And I just got you back." "I'm not," my voice cracks. "I can't lose you again." Something shifts in her expression. Not forgiveness, not trust, but maybe the beginning of understanding. "This is your life, isn't it? Every day. Threats and violence, and never knowing who to trust." "Yes." "And you want to bring Zara into this? Make her part of this world?" "No. I want to burn this world down so she never has to touch it." The admission surprises even me. I thought power was everything. Thought control and fear were the only currencies that mattered. But that photo, seeing her. I'd give it all up if it meant she could have a normal life. "Would you?" Amara challenges. "Really? Or is that just something you're telling yourself because it sounds noble?" It's a fair question. One I've been avoiding since the moment I saw Zara's face. "I don't know," I admit. "I've been Kang Yujin, Mafia boss, for so long I don't know how to be anything else. But I want to find out. I stop, because the wanting is so vast it terrifies me. I want to be the man in that photograph. The one she doesn't know yet. The one who deserves those eyes." Amara's silent for a long moment. Then, "Zara asked me this morning if you were staying. What did you tell her?" I told her I didn't know. That adults are complicated and sometimes we don't have answers. She wraps her arms around herself. "But she said she hopes you do. Because you seem lonely, and lonely people should have families." The words hit me like a physical blow. "She's 6, Amara continues. And already she sees things I've spent years trying to hide from her. Like how lonely I've been. How hard I've worked to be enough when I was never meant to do this alone." Her voice breaks. "I'm so tired, Yujin. Tired of being strong. Tired of pretending that raising her without you was some kind of victory instead of just survival." I cross the distance between us without thinking. Stop just short of touching her. "I'm sorry. I know it's not enough, I know it doesn't erase anything, but I am so sorry." She looks up at me, and there are tears tracking down her face. "Why did you really leave? And don't tell me it was duty or family or any of those sanitized reasons. Tell me the truth." The truth. I've been running from it for 7 years, but standing here, Watching this woman I destroyed look at me like I still owe her honesty, I can't run anymore. I was afraid, I whisper. You made me feel things I'd spent my whole life learning not to feel. My father raised me to be ice, cold, untouchable, unmovable. And then you happened. You were fire and warmth and everything I'd been taught to avoid. And I loved you. God, I loved you so much it terrified me. Amara's breath catches. But loving you meant choosing you over my family, over my legacy, over everything I'd been groomed to become. And I was too weak to make that choice. Too afraid of disappointing my father, too afraid of becoming someone I didn't recognize. I forced myself to hold her gaze. So I ran. I told myself it was for the best, that you'd be safer without me, that I was protecting you. But the truth is I was protecting myself. From change. From vulnerability. From the possibility that I might be more than the monster they made me. Silence. You broke my heart, Amara finally says. I know. You made me believe in something beautiful and then you destroyed it. I know. And now you're asking me to believe in you again. To trust you with our daughter's life. I'm not asking you to believe in me, I correct. I'm asking you to let me prove I'm worth believing in. Even if it takes the rest of my life. She reaches up slowly, tentatively, and touches my face. Her fingers trace the line of my jaw, and I realize I'm crying. I don't forgive you, she whispers. I don't deserve forgiveness. But I'm going to let you try. For her. And maybe, she pauses. Maybe for me too. Because you're right. We were fire and ice. And maybe we still are. Before I can respond, Zara calls from the kitchen. The cake is so good. Can I have 2 pieces? No. Amara calls back, laughing through tears. Then, to me, we're not okay. We might never be okay. But we're going to figure out how to be something. For her. For her, I agree. But I'm thinking, for all of us. Here's something I've been wondering, and I'd love your perspective. Can someone who's caused deep pain ever truly make it right? Or are some betrayals just too big to overcome? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Miho briefs me later that evening after Zara's asleep and Amara's pretending to read in the guest room. The 3 suspects from this afternoon, they're not talking. Professional operators, paid in cryptocurrency, given minimal information. Dead end. He pulls up photos on his tablet. But we got lucky. One of them had a partial tattoo visible on his wrist. Ran it through our database. And? Black Lotus Syndicate. They're hard muscle out of Hong Kong, known for discreet wet work. Very expensive. Very exclusive. So whoever hired them has serious money and serious connections. Exactly. Which narrows our suspect list considerably. Miho swipes to a new screen. I've been digging into the 3 people with access to your systems. Lee Jaiwin, your head of finance. Choi Min-sik, your operations director. And? His face goes grim. Your cousin. Kang Yujin. The name lands like a stone in still water, sending ripples of realization through everything. Yujin. My father's nephew. The spare heir. The one who's always been ambitious, always been resentful that birth order put me first in line. We grew up together, trained together, bled together. I trusted him. Show me the evidence. Miho does. It's circumstantial but damning, encrypted messages that could be innocent or could be orders, money moved through accounts that Yujin manages, connections to people who could hire the Black Lotus. It's not conclusive, Miho admits. But it's enough to ask questions. I close the tablet. Set up a meeting. Tomorrow. My office. Just family. Yujin, if it is him, confronting him directly could. Could what? Force his hand? Make him desperate. I smile without humor. Good. Desperate people make mistakes. And I'm done playing defense. The meeting happens at dawn, before the city wakes, before my father can interfere. Hajun arrives looking polished and confused, playing the part of the loyal cousin perfectly. "What's this about?" he asks, settling into the chair across from my desk. "Your message sounded urgent." I slide the tablet across to him. "Tell me what I'm looking at." He scrolls through the evidence, and I watch his face for micro-expressions: surprise, fear, calculation. He's good. Almost good enough. "I don't understand," he says. "Are you accusing me of something?" "I'm asking you to explain why your financial signature is all over the operation that's trying to kill my family." The word family makes him flinch. "You have a family?" "Answer the question." "I don't know anything about this. Someone's setting me up, using my credentials. The same way someone used mine to fund the original transfers?" I lean forward. "Hajun, I've known you for 30 years. I've seen you lie to our fathers, to our enemies, to women you claim to love. You're good at it. But you're not good enough to fool me. Not about this." Something shifts in his eyes, the mask cracking just slightly. "You want to know the truth?" His voice goes hard. "Fine. Yes. I'm the one who sent the photo. I hired the Black Lotus. I've been planning this for months." The admission should shock me. Instead, I feel oddly calm. "Why?" "Because I'm tired of being the spare. Tired of watching you inherit everything while I scrape for scraps. Tired of our father treating me like I'm less than you just because of birth order." He stands, pacing. "And then I found out about her. About the child. And I realized you'd done the one thing our father forbids, diluted the bloodline. Had a bastard with a foreigner. And I thought, finally, I have leverage. So you sent me the photo to what? Torture me? To remind you that you're not untouchable. That you have weaknesses. And then I was going to use those weaknesses to force you out. Make you choose the family business or your little situation." He laughs bitterly. "But you surprised me. You actually cared. So I'd change tactics. If I couldn't force you out, I'd eliminate the problem entirely. By killing a 6-year-old child. By removing your distraction so you could focus on what matters." He slams his hand on the desk. "Don't you see? I was doing this for you. For us. For the family legacy. You were doing this for yourself. And what if I was? Don't I deserve something after 3 decades of being second? Of being almost good enough but never quite? You get everything: power, respect, now a daughter and a woman who looks at you like you hung the moon, and what do I get? Nothing." The pain in his voice is real, and for a moment, I almost understand. Almost sympathize. Then I remember Zara's pinky promise. Amara's tears. The life they've built that he tried to destroy. "You're right," I say quietly. "You deserve something." Hope flashes across his face. "You deserve consequences." I press the button under my desk. The door opens and Miho enters with 2 security personnel. "Kang Yujin, you're being placed under house arrest pending formal charges of embezzlement, conspiracy to commit murder, and treason against the family." I stand. "You'll be given a fair trial. By family law. And you'll answer to my father for what you've done." The hope dies. "Yujin, please. I trusted you. I brought you into my inner circle. I treated you like a brother." My voice is ice. "And you tried to kill my child. There's no coming back from that." They take him away, and I'm left alone in my office, watching Seoul wake up through windows that suddenly feel too exposed. My phone buzzes. "Amara, Zara wants to know if you're coming to breakfast." I text back, "On my way." Because that's the thing about having something to lose. It changes every calculation, every priority. Hajun was right about one thing. I'm distracted now. Pulled between the empire I built and the family I'm trying to build. But he was wrong about everything else. I'm not weaker for caring. I'm absolutely fucking lethal. And anyone who threatens what's mine is going to learn that the hard way. The trial lasts 3 days. By family law, That means 3 days of my father presiding over testimonies, evidence, and Hajun's increasingly desperate attempts to justify the unjustifiable. I watch from the gallery as my cousin, the boy I played with, trained with, trusted, unravels in front of the entire organization. Amara doesn't attend. I don't ask her to. This part of my world is darkness, and I want to keep her and Zara in whatever light still exists. On the 3rd day, my father delivers the verdict. Kang Yujin, you are found guilty of all charges. The sentence is exile. You will be stripped of your name, your resources, and your connection to this family. You have 24 hours to disappear. If you're found within Korean borders after that, the sentence becomes death. Exile. In our world, it's worse than execution. It's becoming no one. Nothing. Invisible. Hajun looks at me as they lead him away, and the hatred in his eyes is pure enough to taste. This isn't over, he mouths. Maybe it isn't. But for now, the immediate threat is neutralized. I leave the trial room and find Miho waiting. It's done, I tell him. For now. But you know Hajun won't just disappear quietly. He'll regroup. Find new allies. Come back stronger. Let him try. I'm too tired to care about future threats. What's the status on the Jade Serpents? They've upheld their end. Been feeding us intel on who Hajun contacted, where he moved money. They want a formal treaty. Equal territory rights, profit sharing on joint ventures, the usual. Give it to them. And add reparations for the families of the people we killed 6 months ago. Miho blinks. Sir, you heard me. Blood money. Enough to matter. I'm done pretending some debts don't need paying. Your father won't approve. My father isn't making this decision. I am. I head toward the elevator. I'm going home. Home. The word still feels foreign on my tongue, but less so than it did a week ago. When I arrive at the penthouse, I find controlled chaos. Zara has apparently discovered the art supplies I had delivered and has turned the living room into a studio. There's paint on the furniture, the floor, possibly the ceiling. Amara sits in the middle of it, equally paint-splattered, laughing at something Zara just said. They both look up when I enter. We made art, Zara announces, holding up a canvas covered in abstract swirls. Do you like it? It's objectively terrible. It's also the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I love it, I say honestly. Liar. But Amara's smiling. It's a mess. It's perfect. Zara scrambles up, leaving paint footprints across my imported marble. Can we hang it in your office? So everyone can see. The idea of hanging a 6-year-old's finger painting in the headquarters of a criminal empire should be absurd. Instead, it feels revolutionary. Yes, we'll hang it right behind my desk. Really? Really? She throws paint-covered arms around me, and I don't even care that she's ruining a suit that costs more than most people's monthly rent. I just hold her, this tiny miracle who's rewriting every rule I thought was sacred. Over her head, I meet Amara's eyes. It's done, I tell her quietly. Hajun's been exiled. The Jade Serpents have agreed to peace. You're safe. Relief and something else, gratitude, maybe, floods her expression. So we can leave? Go back to our life. The question I've been dreading. I gently extract myself from Zara's embrace. You can. I meant what I said, new city, new identities, whatever you need. I'll make sure you have everything. But Amara prompts because she can hear the unspoken word. But I'm asking you to stay. Not forever. Not even for long. Just long enough for me to know her. For her to know me. For us to figure out what this could be. Zara looks between us, paint-smeared and hopeful. Are you asking if we can live here? In the fancy house? I'm asking if you'd want to, I clarify. If your mom says yes. Mom? Zara turns pleading eyes on Amara. Can we? Please? I like it here. And he promised to teach me Korean, and there's a really big bathtub and… Zara, breathe. But Amara's smiling. She looks at me. You're really asking us to stay? In your world? Knowing how dangerous it is. I'm asking you to let me make it less dangerous. To let me build something different. Something where she can have finger paintings and bodyguards, where she can be safe but also free. I pause. And I'm asking for the chance to prove I can be the father she deserves. Even if I have no idea what I'm doing. You really don't, do you? Amara's tone is gentle. Have any idea how to be a parent? Not even a little bit. You know it's not just fun moments and grand gestures, right? It's also tantrums and homework and being tired all the time and having someone depend on you for literally everything. I'm terrified, I admit. Good. Terror means you care enough to try. She stands, brushing paint off her jeans. Okay. We'll stay. Temporarily. A trial period. But Yujin. She steps closer. If you hurt her, if you make promises you can't keep or disappear when things get hard, I will take her so far away you'll never find us. Understand? I understand. And we need rules. Boundaries. She doesn't get exposed to your business. She doesn't meet dangerous people. She gets a normal childhood as much as possible. Agreed. And you and me? Her voice drops. We're not automatically anything just because we're living under the same roof. You want forgiveness? Earn it. You want trust? Prove it. You want more than co-parenting. She holds my gaze. Show me the man I fell in love with still exists under all that ice. I will. Zara interrupts with a whoop of joy, already planning which room will be hers, what color to paint the walls, whether we can get a dog. Absolutely not, Amara and I say simultaneously. She pouts. But… No dogs, Amara repeats. What about a cat? No cats. A fish. I look at Amara. She sighs. Maybe a fish. Yes. Zara's off and running, already naming her theoretical fish. In the sudden quiet, Amara and I stand surrounded by paint and chaos and the beginning of something fragile. Thank you, I tell her, for giving me this chance. Don't thank me yet. You haven't survived a full day of actual parenting. But she's smiling. Tomorrow morning, she wakes up at 6. She'll want breakfast immediately. She's picky about textures, hates anything mushy, and requires exactly 3 minutes of cuddle time before she's ready to face the day. 3 minutes exactly? She times it. Of course she does. I can't help but smile. She gets that from you. The precision. She gets her stubbornness from you, apparently. I heard about the pinky promise. That was non-negotiable. Everything's non-negotiable with you. Not everything. Not anymore. The air between us shifts, charges with possibility and memory, and all the things we haven't said yet. But before either of us can speak, my phone rings. Miho. Sir, we have a situation. The words ice my blood. What situation? Hajun never made it out of Seoul. His transport was ambushed 20 minutes ago. 3 dead, including the driver. Hajun's gone. I close my eyes. Of course. Of course it couldn't be that simple. Lock down the building. Full security protocol. No one in or out without clearance. Already done. But sir, the ambush was coordinated. Professional. Someone helped him escape. Which means Hajun still has allies. Still has resources. Still has a vendetta. I end the call and find Amara watching me with knowing eyes. It's not over, is it? She asks. No. Will it ever be? I want to lie. Want to promise safety and certainty and all the things she deserves. But I've lied to her enough. I don't know. But I'll keep fighting until it is. She nods slowly. Then I guess we're all in this together now. Together. The word settles over us like a vow. The next week passes in surreal domesticity punctuated by security briefings. I learn that Zara hates broccoli but loves kimchi, that she can recite all the Disney princesses in alphabetical order, that she sleeps with exactly 4 stuffed animals arranged in precise positions, or she can't fall asleep. I learned that being a parent means being needed in ways I never expected, for help with puzzles, for reassurance after nightmares, for answers to questions like, why is the sky blue? And where do we go when we die? I learned that Amara is even more incredible than I remembered, watching her balance tenderness and discipline, watching her create structure and safety out of nothing but love and determination. And I learned that I've been lonely for so long I forgot what it felt like to come home to voices, to laughter, to life. But underneath it all, Hajun's escape looms like a storm cloud. Miho's team tracks him to Busan, then loses him. Spots him in Incheon, then loses him again. He's being helped by someone with resources and knowledge of our operations. On the 8th day, we get our answer. My father requests a meeting. I go alone, against Miho's advice, against my better judgment. Some conversations can only happen father to son, monster to monster. He's waiting in his office, the one I grew up fearing, the room where he taught me that power requires sacrifice, that weakness is unforgivable, that family loyalty trumps everything. You've been busy, he says without preamble. A daughter. With a foreigner. How unexpected. If you're going to lecture me about bloodlines and legacy, I'm not. He pours 2 glasses of whiskey, slides one across. I'm going to tell you the truth you've been avoiding. Which is, I helped Hajun escape. The admission is a knife between my ribs. Why? Because you were right about him. He's ambitious, resentful, dangerous. But he's also family. And we don't execute family, no matter what they've done. He sips his drink. So I exiled him, knowing you'd enforce it ruthlessly. And then I gave him one last gift, a chance to disappear completely. He tried to kill my daughter. He tried to preserve our legacy. He failed. But his intentions came from loyalty, however twisted. That's not loyalty. That's obsession. Perhaps. My father studies me. You've changed. This woman, this child, they've made you soft. They've made me human. Same thing in our world. He sets down his glass. I'm going to tell you something I've never told anyone. Your mother, before she died, she made me promise something. She made me swear that if you ever found something worth more than power, I'd let you have it. That I wouldn't force you to be what I became. I stare at him, unable to process this revelation. I've been waiting, he continues, watching to see if that day would come. And now it has. You have a daughter. You have a woman who challenges you. You have a chance at something I never had, a family built on love instead of obligation. So what are you saying? I'm saying take it. Step back from the business. Let your underboss handle operations. Be a father. Be a partner. Be something other than what I made you. The offer is everything I never knew I wanted. And also impossible. I can't just walk away. There are enemies, obligations, alliances that require. I'll handle it. Consider it my penance for molding you into a weapon when you could have been a man. And Hajun is gone. Truly gone this time. I've made sure of it. He has money, a new identity, and strict instructions to never return. If he breaks that agreement, I'll kill him myself. I believe him. When my father makes a promise, he keeps it. Why now? I ask. Why this sudden change? Because I met her. You're Zara. The world stops. When? 3 days ago. I had Miho bring her to the office, just for a moment, just to see. His voice goes soft, almost fragile. She has your eyes. But she has her mother's fire. And when she looked at me, she smiled. No fear. No calculation. Just joy. I'd forgotten what that looked like. You had no right. I had every right. She's my granddaughter. He stands. And she deserves better than growing up in the shadow of violence. Better than wondering if her father will come home each night. Better than the life you and I have lived. I don't know how to be what she needs. None of us do. We learn as we go. We fail and try again. We love them and hope it's enough. He pauses at the door. You asked me once why I married your mother when our marriage was arranged, when I could have had anyone. I told you it was duty. I remember. I lied. I married her because she made me want to be more than I was. She made me believe I could be both powerful and good. He looks back. Don't make my mistake. Don't choose power over love. Don't wait until it's too late to become the man you're meant to be. He leaves, and I'm alone in the office that shaped me, surrounded by ghosts of conversations about duty and sacrifice and the price of power. My phone buzzes. Amara, Zara wants to show you her new painting. Come home. Come home. 2 words that rewrite everything. I leave my father's office and drive through Seoul's neon-soaked night toward a penthouse that finally feels like more than just a place to sleep. Toward 2 people who've cracked open my frozen heart and reminded me that I'm more than the monster I became. Toward a future I never let myself imagine. When I arrive, Zara's waiting by the door, bouncing with excitement. Look, I painted you. The canvas shows 3 stick figures, 1 tall, 1 medium, 1 small. They're holding hands. Above them, she's written in careful letters, my family. Do you like it? She asks anxiously. I crouch down to her level. It's perfect. It's the best thing anyone's ever made for me. Really? Really? She throws her arms around me. I love you. 3 words. 8 letters. The bravest thing I've ever heard. I love you too, I whisper back. And mean it with every broken, healing piece of my soul. Over her head, Amara's watching with tears streaming down her face. Later, after Zara's asleep, I find Amara on the balcony, looking out at the city. My father offered to let me step back from the business, I tell her. Be a real father. Build a real life. What did you say? I said I'd think about it. And? I step closer. I'm terrified of failing her. Of failing you. Of trying to be something I don't know how to be and destroying us all in the process. Welcome to parenting. We're all terrified. She turns to face me. But you know what? She said she loves you tonight. After knowing you for barely 2 weeks. You know why? Why? Because kids don't care about your past. They care about who you are right now. In this moment. And right now, you're showing up. You're trying. That's all they need. Is it all you need? The question hangs between us. I don't know yet, Amara admits. I'm still angry. Still hurt. Still not sure I can trust you completely. But she reaches for my hand. I'm willing to find out. If you are. I lace my fingers through hers. I spent 7 years trying to forget you. Trying to be the Ice King my father wanted. And I was good at it. So good I almost believed the lie. But the truth is I never stopped loving you. Not for a single day. Yujin. I know it's not enough. I know love doesn't erase what I did. But it's the truth. And I'm done lying to both of us. She studies me for a long moment. Then, slowly, she leans in and kisses me. It's soft and tentative and tastes like forgiveness and possibility and all the tomorrows we might build together. When she pulls back, she's smiling. Don't mess this up. I won't. Promise? Promise. She holds out her pinky. Pinky promise. That's the most serious kind. I link my finger with hers, and for the first time in 7 years, I believe in second chances. In redemption. In the possibility that maybe, just maybe, I can be more than the monster they made me. 3 months later, I'm standing in the kitchen at 6 in the morning, making Zara's breakfast exactly how she likes it, scrambled eggs, not too soft, not too firm, toast cut into triangles, not squares, orange juice with exactly 3 ice cubes. Amara stumbles in, still half asleep, and stops when she sees me. You're getting good at this, she observes. I have a demanding teacher. As if summoned, Zara appears in her school uniform, backpack already on. Is breakfast ready? Almost. Go wash your hands. But I already. Zara. Fine. She stomps off dramatically, and I hear Amara stifle a laugh. She gets that from you too. The drama. Please. That's all you. We've fallen into rhythms over the past months, the three of us learning to orbit each other without collision. I've stepped back from day-to-day operations, letting my underboss handle most decisions while I focus on strategic oversight. It means fewer late nights, fewer blood-soaked emergencies, more time for school pickups and bedtime stories. It means being human instead of a weapon. Zara returns, inspects her breakfast critically, then digs in with approval. Dad, can Hannah come over for a playdate today? Dad. She started calling me that 6 weeks ago, casually, like it was the most natural thing in the world. I nearly cried. If her parents say yes, and if your mom says yes. Mom? Zara turns pleading eyes on Amara. Fine. But you have to clean your room first. Deal. This is my life now. Negotiations over playdates. Debates about room cleaning. Normal, mundane, absolutely perfect chaos. Miho still briefs me daily, but the threats have diminished. The Jade Serpents have proven reliable allies. My father's been true to his word about handling problematic situations. Hajun hasn't resurfaced. For the first time in my adult life, I'm not waiting for the other shoe to drop. Which is exactly when it does. The call comes during Zara's soccer practice. I'm on the sidelines with other parents, trying to understand the rules of a game I've never played, when my phone buzzes with Miho's emergency code. I excuse myself, answer. What? Hajun's back. And he's not alone. The soccer field blurs. Where? Seoul. He showed up at your father's office an hour ago with proof that he's been working with the Chinese triads. They want a treaty, access to our shipping routes in exchange for muscle against the Jade Serpents. My father wouldn't. Your father's considering it. Says we need to maintain regional balance, that the Jade Serpents are getting too comfortable. Betrayal tastes like copper. I'm coming in. Yujin, if you leave your daughter's game for this, Amara will. I know. But if I don't handle this now, there won't be any safe games to attend. I hang up, walk back to where Amara's sitting with the other parents. She takes one look at my face and knows. You have to go. I'm sorry. Don't be. Just, she grabs my hand. Come back. We have dinner plans. Zara wants to try making pasta from scratch. I'll be here. Promise? I kiss her forehead. Promise. The drive to my father's office feels like traveling backward through time. With every kilometer, I shed the man I've been becoming and resurrect the monster I was. By the time I arrive, I'm ice again. My father's in the conference room with Hajun and 3 Chinese representatives. The prodigal cousin looks smug, triumphant, like he's finally won something. Yujin, my father greets me. I wasn't expecting you. Clearly. I don't look at Hajun. If I do, I'll kill him. We need to talk. Privately. We're in the middle of negotiations. Now. Something in my tone makes him reconsider. He excuses himself, follows me to his private office. The moment the door closes, I round on him. You promised. You said you'd make sure Hajun was gone. That this was over. I lied. No apology. No regret. Did you really think I'd just let you walk away? That I'd support your fantasy of domestic bliss while the empire crumbles? The empire isn't crumbling. It's weakening. You've been soft, making alliances based on guilt instead of strength, pulling back when we should be expanding. The Chinese see vulnerability. So does everyone else. And Hajun, whatever his faults, understands that power requires sacrifice. So this was all a test? The blessing, the support, the meeting with Zara, all manipulation. not manipulation. Teaching. He pours whiskey like this is just another business discussion. You needed to understand what you'd be giving up. The warmth, the love, the illusion of normalcy. You needed to feel it so you'd understand the choice. And what choice is that? The same one I gave you 7 years ago. The family business or your personal happiness. Power or love. You can't have both. You're wrong. Am I? Look at yourself. You've been playing house for 3 months and already our enemies are circling. Already threats are resurging. You can't protect a child and run an empire. You can't be soft and survive in our world. Then I'll change the world. He laughs. Such idealism. Your mother would have loved it. But reality doesn't care about love, Yujin. It cares about power. And right now, you're choosing to be powerless. I'm choosing to be human. Same thing. He drains his glass. So what's it going to be? Come back fully and this domestic experiment. Return to what you were meant to be, or walk away completely. Abandon your birthright. Let Hajun take your place. You'd give him everything? After what he did. He's ruthless. Ambitious. Unencumbered by sentimental attachments. Everything I raised you to be before that woman made you soft. He sets down his glass. Decide now. Because those Chinese representatives won't wait, and Hajun's already positioning himself as my heir. The trap is perfect. If I stay to fight, I'm choosing the business over Amara and Zara. Proving my father right that love and power can't coexist. If I leave, I'm abandoning everything to Hajun, who'll use it to destroy everyone I care about anyway. Unless. You're right, I say slowly. I can't have both. Not the way things are structured now. Then you understand. So I'm restructuring. I pull out my phone, dial Miho. Execute Plan Delta. Sir, are you sure? Do it. I end the call and face my father's confusion. What did you just do? Something I should have done years ago. I'm dissolving the family structure. Splitting the business into autonomous units run by trusted lieutenants. The shipping routes go to Lee Jaiwan. The financial operations to Park Seonho. The security networks to Miho. All reporting to a board, not a single heir. That's insane. That's evolution. The old model, one boss, absolute power, constant paranoia, it's outdated. It makes us vulnerable. Makes everything hinge on one person's decisions, one person's weaknesses. I step closer. You taught me that power requires sacrifice. You were right. I'm sacrificing the empire. The dynasty. The whole feudal structure you built. You can't. I can. I have majority vote among the board. We've been planning this for 6 weeks. Since my father started making moves I couldn't ignore, since I realized he'd never actually support my choice. By tomorrow, the Kang family business won't exist. Just a network of cooperating organizations with shared interests. And you think this will work? That you can just dismantle everything I built? No. I think it will fail spectacularly or succeed beyond expectations. But either way, it won't be a monarchy anymore. Won't be a target for every ambitious cousin or rival family. Won't require me to choose between being a father and being a king. You're destroying your legacy. I'm creating a new one. I head for the door. Tell Hajun congratulations. He can have the title of heir to nothing. I'm sure it'll comfort him. Yujin. I stop but don't turn around. Your mother would be proud, he says softly. And furious. Mostly proud. I know. But this won't end the threats. Won't make your family safe. No. But it means I can focus on making them safe instead of maintaining an empire. I look back. You built something powerful. I'm not denying that. But power alone isn't enough. Not anymore. Not for me. I leave him standing in his office, surrounded by the ghosts of everything he built and everything I just demolished. Miho's waiting in the parking garage. It's done. The dissolution documents are filed. The board vote is recorded. By morning, every organization will know the Kang dynasty just ended. Reactions: mixed. Some relief, some panic, some opportunistic celebration. He pauses. Your father's going to fight this. Let him. He doesn't have the votes. And Hajun will realize he just won the title of King of Ashes. If he's smart, he'll take whatever the Chinese are offering and disappear. If he's not, I shrug. He'll be someone else's problem. We drive in silence for a while. Then Miho speaks. For what it's worth, I think you made the right choice. Only time will tell. No. I mean, he struggles for words. I've served your family for 15 years. Watched your father build and destroy with equal efficiency. Watched you become everything he wanted and nothing you chose. This is the first time I've seen you choose yourself. I'm not choosing myself. I'm choosing them. Same thing, isn't it? Choosing what makes you human instead of what makes you powerful. Maybe. I don't have an answer, so I just watch Seoul blur past the windows and think about a little girl who's waiting for me to help her make pasta. When I arrive home 3 hours later than promised, Zara's asleep on the couch, still in her flour-covered clothes. Amara's cleaning up the kitchen, which looks like a pasta-making tornado hit it. I'm sorry, I start. Don't. She doesn't look up. Just tell me, is it handled? Yes. Permanently. As permanent as anything in my world gets. Now she looks up, and I see the fear she's been hiding. I'm trying, Yujin. I'm trying to believe you can be both things, the man who comes to soccer practice and the man who deals with whatever darkness you came from tonight. But every time you leave for business, I wonder if you're coming back. If this is the time you choose power over us. I just destroyed the empire to choose you. What? I tell her everything, the confrontation, the dissolution, the complete restructuring that will either revolutionize or ruin everything my family built. By the end, she's staring at me like she's seeing a stranger. You did that? Just unmade everything because your father made you choose. I unmade it because I'm tired of the choice existing. Tired of power and love being mutually exclusive. Tired of being who they made me instead of who I want to be. And who do you want to be? I look at Zara, sleeping peacefully in a home that's safe because I've made it so. At Amara, covered in flour and exhaustion, and still here, still fighting for us. I want to be her dad. And your partner. And maybe, eventually, the man who deserves the second chance you've given me. Amara's quiet for a long moment. Then, Zara wanted to wait up for you. She was so excited about the pasta. But she was exhausted from practice, and I told her you'd make it with her tomorrow instead. Tomorrow, I agree. And every tomorrow after that. Promise? Pinky promise. She links her flour-covered pinky with mine, and we stand there in the wrecked kitchen, holding on to each other and the fragile life we're building. I'm starting to believe you, she whispers. Just so you know. It terrifies me, but I'm starting to believe we might actually make this work. We will. How can you be so sure? Because I've spent my whole life fighting for things I didn't care about. Fighting for you, for her, for this. I gesture at the chaos around us. This is the first fight that actually matters. And I don't lose fights that matter. She kisses me then, soft and slow and tasting like hope and possibility. When we break apart, she's smiling. You have flour on your face now. Worth it. We clean the kitchen together in comfortable silence, and I realize this is what I've been missing. Not grand gestures or dramatic sacrifices, but quiet moments of partnership. Of building something together. Later, after we've moved Zara to her bed and she's sleeping with her precisely arranged stuffed animals, I find a package waiting on my desk. It's from my father. Inside is a photograph, one I've never seen before. It shows my mother, pregnant with me, laughing at something off camera. On the back, in my father's handwriting, she chose love too. I should have learned from her. Underneath is a legal document transferring his personal shares to me with a single stipulation: use them to build something better. I stand there holding my mother's photograph and my father's blessing, and for the first time, I understand that I'm not the first Kang to choose love over power. I'm just the first one strong enough to make it work. 6 months later, I'm in the audience at Zara's school play. She's playing a tree, not the lead role, not even a speaking part, but she's so committed to the performance that she doesn't move for the entire first act. Amara leans over and whispers, "She gets that from you. The intensity. She gets everything good from you." Flatterer. The play ends, and Zara takes her bow with the same seriousness she brings to everything. Afterward, she runs up to us, costumes still on. "Did you see me? I was the best tree." "You were the best tree ever, I confirm." "Did you take pictures?" "So many pictures." "Can we get ice cream to celebrate?" Amara and I exchange looks. "It's a school night. Please?" "I was a really good tree." One scoop, Amara relents. "And only because you were, indeed, a really good tree." We end up at the ice cream shop near the school, Zara between us, swinging our hands and chattering about her performance. Other families surround us, completely normal, completely unaware that 6 months ago I was a mafia boss and now I'm just a father. It's the greatest transformation of my life. Later, after Zara's asleep and Amara's in the shower, I get a text from Miho: "Board meeting tomorrow. Quarterly reports show 23% growth across all sectors. Decentralization is working. You were right." I text back, "It's not about being right. It's about building something sustainable." "Whatever you say, boss." Or should I say former boss? Just call me Yujin. I set down my phone as Amara emerges from the bathroom. She's wearing one of my shirts, hair damp, looking more beautiful than anyone has a right to be. "What are you smiling about?" she asks. "Just thinking about trees." "You're so weird." But she's smiling too as she climbs into bed beside me. "Amara?" "Yeah, thank you." "For what?" "For that photograph. For giving her my eyes. For letting me be her father even when I didn't deserve it. For being stubborn enough to believe I could change." She rolls over to face me. "You did change. You're changing." Present tense. Every day. Is it enough? Ask me in 50 years. Will you still be here in 50 years? She pretends to consider. Depends. Will you still make me angry on a regular basis? Probably. Will you still show up for every terrible school play and soccer game? Absolutely. Will you still love me even when I'm old and gray and our daughter's moved away and it's just us? Especially then. Then yes, I'll still be here. Annoying you and loving you and reminding you that you chose us. Best choice I ever made. She kisses me, and we fall asleep tangled together, and somewhere in another room, our daughter dreams of being the world's greatest tree. And in the morning, I'll wake up and make breakfast exactly how she likes it. And it will be perfect. 5 years later, I'm standing in the kitchen of our new house, not the penthouse, which we left 2 years ago for something with a yard and neighbors who don't know about my past, making breakfast for 2 children instead of 1. Zara, now 11, sits at the table doing homework she should have done last night. Across from her, 3-year-old Juno babbles about dinosaurs and tries to eat cereal with his hands despite having a perfectly functional spoon. "Zara, help your brother," I call out without turning around. He needs to learn independence. He needs to learn not to throw food. There's a difference. Amara enters, already dressed for work. She's teaching art at the university now. Got her master's degree 2 years ago while I supported her the way she'd supported herself when I wasn't there. She kisses Juno's head, then Zara's, then mine. "You have egg on your shirt," she observes. "Juno has excellent aim." "Dad." Zara interrupts. "Can I go to Hannah's this weekend?" "Her parents said yes if you say yes." "What does Mom say?" She said ask you. Amara smirks. I did not. I said we'd discuss it. Which means Dad decides, Zara mutters. When did you get so smart? I ask. I've always been smart. You're just finally noticing. She's not wrong. Zara's grown into someone remarkable, sharp, confident, unafraid to speak her mind. She knows enough about my past to understand why we have certain security protocols, but not enough to be afraid. Just enough to be cautious. It's a balance we've worked hard to maintain. Yes, you can go to Hannah's, Amara decides. But only if you finish that homework before dinner tonight. Deal. Juno chooses this moment to dump his entire bowl of cereal on the floor. And this, I tell him, is why we can't have nice things. But I'm smiling as I clean it up, as I wipe his face, as I navigate the beautiful chaos of a normal morning in a normal house with a family that shouldn't exist, but does. My phone buzzes. Miho, quarterly meeting moved to next week. Unless you actually want to attend this one? I text back, send me the reports. I'll review and vote remotely. Living the dream, former boss. Living the dream. And I am. The board structure I implemented has worked better than expected. The individual organizations thrive under autonomous leadership. Profits are up. Violence is down. And I'm no longer the linchpin that everything depends on. I'm just a consultant who shows up to quarterly meetings and offers strategic advice. Which means most days look like this: breakfast chaos, school runs, grocery shopping, helping with homework. It's spectacularly mundane. I've never been happier. That afternoon, I pick up Zara from school and find her crying in the pickup line. What happened? I'm immediately alert, scanning for threats. Nothing happened. Just, she swipes at her tears. Someone asked if I was adopted because my dad's Korean and I'm black, and it's just stupid because obviously I look like you, I have your eyes, but they said I couldn't because of the skin thing. And I pull her into a hug, and she's 11, but still small enough to fit against my shoulder. You do have my eyes, I tell her. And my stubbornness. And my tendency to overthink everything. You're mine in every way that matters. But nothing. Biology is complicated, and people who don't understand that aren't worth explaining it to. I pull back to look at her. You know what I see when I look at you? What? The best parts of your mother and the best parts of me, combined into someone absolutely extraordinary. Someone brave and kind and smart enough to know that family isn't about looking the same, it's about choosing each other every single day. She sniffles. Did you choose me? When you found out I existed? It's the question she's been dancing around for years, and I've been dreading it. I chose you before I even knew you existed, I tell her honestly. The moment I saw your photograph, the moment I realized you were mine, everything else became secondary. And every day since then, I've chosen you. Every morning when I wake up, every night when I tuck you in, every moment in between, I choose you. Always. Even when I'm annoying? Especially when you're annoying. That's when I know you're definitely mine. She laughs, watery but genuine. Thanks, Dad. Anytime, Zara. We drive home in comfortable silence, and I think about all the ways our family doesn't fit the traditional mold: Korean father, Nigerian-American mother, biracial daughter, adopted son who's Korean but not related by blood to me. All living in Seoul but speaking 3 languages at home. We're a beautiful, complicated mess. And I wouldn't change a single thing. That evening, after dinner and homework and the endless routine of bedtime for 2 children who never want to sleep, Amara and I collapse on the couch. Zara told me about the comment at school, she says. How she handled it? We talked. She seemed better. She's growing up. Too fast. That's what happens. Amara leans against me. Are you happy, Yujin? Really, truly happy. I consider the question seriously. 5 years ago, I was standing in my father's office, demolishing an empire. 3 years ago, we were planning a wedding that broke every social convention. 1 year ago, we were finalizing Juno's adoption. Every step has been a choice to build something new instead of maintaining something old. I'm happier than I knew was possible, I answer. There are moments when I miss the simplicity of the old life, when every problem could be solved with money or force. But then Zara asks for help with math homework, or Juno calls me Appa, or you look at me like I'm still worth loving, and I remember why I burned it all down. No regrets. Only the 7 years I wasted pretending I didn't need this. We both wasted them, Amara points out. I could have tried harder to find you. Could have told you about Zara when I discovered I was pregnant. You were protecting yourself. Protecting her. I can't fault that. Still, sometimes I think about all the moments you missed, her first steps, first words, first day of school. And I feel guilty for keeping them from you. Don't. I turn to face her. You did what you had to do with the information you had. I'm the one who disappeared. I'm the one who chose wrong. Those lost years are my burden, not yours. What if she starts again? What if Hajun comes back? Or someone else from your past? What if the life we've built isn't enough to protect them? It's the fear she never voices, but always carries. Then I'll handle it. Not as the man I was, but as the man I've become. Not with violence as a first resort, but with every resource I have. And if that's not enough, I meet her eyes. Then we'll handle it together. Because that's what we do now. We face things together. She kisses me, slow and deep, and I taste gratitude and love, and the hard-won trust we've built over 5 years of choosing each other. When we break apart, she's smiling. You know what I realized today? What? I forgave you. I don't know when it happened. Maybe gradually over the years. Maybe all at once, and I just noticed today. But I'm not angry anymore. I'm not hurt. I'm just here. Present. Happy. The words land like a benediction. Thank you, I whisper. Don't thank me. You earned it. Every breakfast, every school play, every time you chose us over the easy path, you earned it. Before you go, I need you to do something for me. This story, about second chances, about choosing love over power, about becoming who you're meant to be, it only matters if it reaches the people who need to hear it. So subscribe. Share it with someone who's forgotten they can change their own story. Leave a comment telling me what you think. Because stories like this, they're meant to be passed along. They're meant to remind us that it's never too late to choose differently. Don't let this be the end. Let it be the beginning of something you carry with you. 2 weeks later, I'm at Zara's taekwondo test. She's going for her green belt, and she's been practicing forms until I could do them in my sleep. The test is rigorous, patterns, sparring, board breaking. I watch her move through each section with focus and determination, and I'm so proud I could burst. When she breaks the board on her first try, the entire gallery erupts in applause. Afterward, she runs over with her new belt, grinning so wide it takes over her whole face. I did it. You were amazing. Did you see the board break? Did you see? I saw. I have it on video. Can we celebrate with Korean barbecue? Absolutely. At dinner, Zara chatters about the test while Juno tries to steal food from everyone's plates. Amara catches my eye across the table and smiles, and I realize this is the victory I've been fighting for all along. Not territory or power or legacy. Just this, a family laughing over barbecue. A daughter proud of her accomplishments. A son who's learning to use chopsticks. A wife who chose to forgive me. My phone buzzes. My father heard about Zara's test. Tell her congratulations from her grandfather. I show the message to Zara, who beams. Can we visit Grandpa this weekend? If you want to. I do. He's teaching me Baduk, and I'm getting good. My father and I have reached an understanding over the years. We'll never see eye to eye on everything, but we both love Zara and Juno. That's enough to build on. After dinner, we walk home through Seoul's night streets. Zara and Juno run ahead while Amara and I follow at a slower pace, holding hands. Do you ever think about what your life would have been like if I'd never sent that photograph? She asks. Every day. And I'm grateful someone sent it. Grateful they forced my hand. Grateful I got the chance to meet her, to build this with you. I pause. But I also wonder who sent it. We never figured that out. Does it matter? I suppose not. Whoever it was gave me the greatest gift of my life, whether they meant to or not. We walk in comfortable silence for a while. Then Amara speaks again. I sent it. I stop walking. What? She turns to face me. The photograph. I sent it. 7 years of silence, and then I saw you on the news at some business summit, and you looked so cold, so alone, so exactly like the man I fell in love with, and nothing like him at the same time. And I thought, maybe he should know. Maybe he deserves to know what he's missing. Maybe she deserves to know her father. But the threats, the jade serpents, Hajun. I didn't know any of that would happen. I just knew I was tired of lying to Zara about where her father was. Tired of protecting you from the consequences of your choices. So I sent the photograph to your office anonymously, and I waited to see what you'd do. You could have died. Both of you could have died because of what I'd done, who my enemies were. I know. And maybe it was selfish, but I needed to know if you'd changed. If the man I loved still existed somewhere under all that ice. She steps closer. And he did. You came. You chose us. You burned down your empire for us. You tested me. I gave you a chance to prove you'd changed. There's a difference. I stare at this woman who's apparently been orchestrating my redemption from the start, and I don't know whether to be angry or awed. Say something, she prompts. Thank you. That's it? Just thank you. What else is there? You gave me back my life. Gave me a daughter I didn't know existed. Gave me a chance to be more than the monster I'd become. Thank you will never be enough, but it's all I have. She kisses me there on the street, under Seoul's neon lights, with our children running back to ask why we stopped walking. Come on, Zara calls. Race you home. And we run, all 4 of us, laughing and stumbling and absolutely alive. 6 months after that, on a morning that starts like any other, I wake up to find Amara staring at me. What? I mumble, still half asleep. I'm pregnant. I'm instantly awake. What? Pregnant. With child. Expecting. Knocked up by my criminally reformed husband who apparently has excellent aim. Are we? Happy? Terrified? Both? She laughs. Yes to all of it. Surprise. I pull her into my arms, and she fits against me like she always has, like she always will. Another one, I whisper. Another one. Due in 7 months. Miho's going to make so many jokes about your expanding empire. Let him. This is the only empire that matters. We tell Zara and Juno at breakfast. Zara's thrilled at the prospect of another sibling. Juno doesn't quite understand, but catches the excitement and starts cheering anyway. That evening, I find myself on the balcony of our house, looking out at Seoul's skyline. Amara joins me, sliding her hand into mine. Any regrets? She asks. None. Even knowing how hard it's been? How much you've given up? I didn't give up anything that mattered. I traded power for purpose. Control for connection. Empire for family. I turned to her. I'd make the same choice 1,000 times over. Good answer. I mean it. I know you do. That's what makes it good. We stand there in comfortable silence, watching the city we've built our life in, and I think about the photograph that started everything. The little girl with my eyes who's now 11 and fierce, and everything I never knew I needed. I think about the woman who chose to give me a second chance, who tested me and loved me and built this impossible life with me. I think about the son we chose together, the child we're expecting, the family we've created from nothing but determination and love. And I realize this is the victory I've been fighting for all along. Not revenge. Not power. Not even redemption. Just this. The chance to be loved. The privilege of loving back. The opportunity to build something beautiful in the wreckage of what I destroyed. Amara squeezes my hand. What are you thinking about? Everything. Nothing. How lucky I am. Luck had nothing to do with it. You chose this. Fought for it. Became someone worthy of it. We both did. We both did, she agrees. Behind us, inside the house, we can hear Zara and Juno arguing about whose turn it is to pick the bedtime story. Normal sounds. Family sounds. Home sounds. Come on, Amara says, tugging me toward the chaos. Let's go mediate before someone starts crying. My money's on Juno. Obviously. He always cries when he doesn't get his way. He gets that from you. He gets that from you, you emotionally manipulative reformed crime boss. We bicker all the way inside, and it's perfect. Everything is perfect. Because 7 years ago, I chose wrong. But every day since then, I've chosen right. And that makes all the difference. Before you close this and move on with your day, I want you to think about something. This story, about second chances, about choosing love over power, about becoming the person you're meant to be instead of the person circumstances made you. It only matters if you carry it with you. If you let it remind you that it's never too late to choose differently. That redemption isn't a destination, it's a daily practice. That the people we love deserve the best versions of ourselves, even when, especially when, that means burning down everything we thought defined us. So here's what I'm asking. Subscribe. Not just to hear more stories, but because you believe stories like this deserve to exist in a world that often tells us change is impossible. Share this with someone who's forgotten they can rewrite their own narrative. Leave a comment telling me what part hit you hardest, what truth you needed to hear today. Because I didn't just tell you Yujin's story. I told you a truth we all carry. We're all capable of redemption. We're all worthy of second chances. We're all one choice away from becoming someone different. Don't let this story end here. Let it be the beginning of your own transformation. Whatever you're running from, whatever you think you can't change, whatever seems too broken to fix, you're wrong. You can choose differently. Starting right now. Hit that subscribe button. Share this story. Let it live beyond this moment. Because stories like this, they're not entertainment. They're permission. Permission to change. To choose. To become. Don't waste it.